A lot of people don't know that we have okra soup and okra stew. In this recipe, I will be sharing with you how I made this delicious okra stew. This can be eaten with rice or any swallow of your choice. I'm using these spices to steam my meat. We have garlic, onion, ginger, spring onion, and fresh herbs. I blended everything to be smooth. So after that, I pour the blended mixture on my meat. You can use fish or any protein of your choice. So I added some salt to taste and some water. I mixed everything together and I covered it so it can cook very well. So to start with the stew, this is my palm oil. I added some chopped onions to it. So the next thing I'm coming to add is my pepper mix. I'm using onions, sweet peppers, and scotch bonnet peppers. Remember that in preparing okra, we need to try as much as possible not to use tomatoes. Even if you are going to use tomatoes, it should just be in a smaller quantity because tomato always reduces the sliminess in the okra soup. So I added some seasoning cube and some salt to taste. So this is some of the homemade spices that I just made. I added it to the stew and I'm cooking it till it is half cooked. So the next thing I'm coming to add is my cooked meat. I added the meat to it and stirred everything gently. Remember that okra stew is usually thicker than the soup, so we are trying as much as possible not to use a lot of water. I remembered I have this air-fried mackerel fish, so I added some to it. At this point, the next thing is to add my okra. Remember, there are two ways to add the okra. You can decide to either cook it before adding it to the stew, or you can also add it fresh as you are seeing. So I added some cooking potash. This helps to bring out the sliminess in the okra, but this is optional. If you don't like it, that's fine. The last thing I usually add to my okra is the fresh vegetables because I don't want it to be so cooked. So it's usually advisable to add it towards the end of the cooking. I'm using baby spinach because that's what is available at my end. So once you add the vegetables, cook the soup between 5 to 10 minutes and that's totally fine because the more you cook it, the more the vegetables are going to be overcooked. What are you going to eat this with? I'm coming to eat mine with some hot banku. If you see the flavor this stew was giving, oh, it was really nice. Is this something you are going to try? Thanks so much for watching. Bye.